I feel good. I know that I would now. I feel good. I know that I would now. So good, so good. I got you. Wow, I feel nice. Like sure inspired. I feel nice. Like sure inspired. So nice, I got you. When I hold you in my arms, my love don't do it. And when I hold you in my arms, that's what I do to her. I feel nice, sure inspired. Sure inspires. So nice, so nice. I got you.
Good evening to everyone. The Health Wave on Radio Live is happy to be with you again. Today is Thursday and it's 6 o'clock. We'll be with you for the next hour. Please join us because tonight we have a very interesting session. This is Victoria Barayev, and my guest for tonight is a psychotherapist with a 20-year experience, Tanya Zeiliger. Hi,
Good
Tanya.
evening, everyone. Good
Thank
evening.
you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we're talking about stress tonight, stress relief techniques. Very interesting topic. Our phone number in the studio is 770-727-077. And I want to ask you to reserve your questions for the end of the session to have a very constructive and very uninterrupted session with Tanya tonight. That would be very helpful. And stress, we've all felt it.
Absolutely. Everybody, including little kids.
Including little kids. Pounding hearts, sweaty hands. You know, whenever we encounter a very important, occasion in our life, let's say taking an important exam or seeing a scary movie, we've all felt the symptoms of stress. And stress doesn't have to be negative, right?
No, it could be a very positive event,
force.
let's say a wedding. And we are stressing out about the wedding, and it's
Right.
a very positive, beautiful event.
Right. So it could be a positive force that actually it's like a reaction of our body.
Of our body, of our instincts, of our nervous system.
Right.
Absolutely.
It could be a reaction to protect ourselves
Yes.
or to take action, let's
Yes.
say.
Well, we have fight or flight.
Right.
This is something that relates to stress specifically, and it comes from caveman time, very long time ago, when we used to live in the caves and were part of nature. And look at us, we don't have claws, we don't have sharp teeth. We
Right.
are really weakest animals in the animal kingdom, if you think of that. And then we had to somehow survive.
Right.
Because-
This was like a survival skill.
It was very much a survival skill that helped us also to remember the dangers in our environment.
Right. But stress can also be motivational.
A little bit of stress, yes.
A little bit of stress. And I
Yes.
think we all need some stress in life. Don't you agree?
Well, I think what we have, unfortunately, is chronic stress when we're
Right,
constantly in a
right.
state of stress. But if we could just have a tiny bit of stress to motivate and move us forward, and once the event is done, for the stress to go down to sort of zero level, which probably quite non-existent in our society nowadays. That would be great. But unfortunately, what we have is chronic
More of a
build-up
chronic stress.
And on top of regular line of a chronic stress, we also have regular stressors that keep putting that line higher and higher and higher, damaging our bodies and minds.
And then it becomes so overwhelming, we don't know how to cope with it.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, what are some of the symptoms of stress itself, other than what I already mentioned?
Well, you already mentioned quite a few of them, but also if you think about your thought process, when you're stressed out, you have the rush of thoughts, or you're thinking something really negative, or you cannot concentrate, and it's really very individual. and different people experience stress in a lot of different ways.
In a lot of different ways,
Right.
yes.
And
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure that everybody pretty much knows how they experience stress and what they feel.
Mm-hmm.
They know the symptoms.
How about, we know that stress can create negatively impact our health, right?
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that can be as an outcome of an enormous amount of stress?
Well,
What-
any physical illness, emotional breakdowns, it's
Mhm.
all the effects of stress. So if you can take physical or mental illness, stress plays a huge role in it.
Yeah, I think we all are familiar with the times when you get sick, you have so many symptoms, you don't know what's going on. You go to the doctor and they don't find anything. They say it's stress.
Well, there's
It's
also
like-
psychosomatic symptoms. That's where you're kind of feeling like you're having a physical illness, and in reality you don't have one.
Mhm.
It all comes from your mind.
But oftentimes you do have a physical illness, and it does
As a result
have
of stress,
the
your immune
result-
system goes down.
the immune
so you
system
will
goes down,
have,
right.
yes, physical alignments.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Even if you have, let's say, dietary basis underneath of your health condition, right? But it always works in a relationship with stress and food together.
Well,
Creates
what I
illness.
would say is that stress make everything worse.
Mm-hmm.
Whether physical, emotional, whatever level you take, stress makes it all worse. And our body reacts a certain way. And if we already had some problems, they become even bigger problems.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't have problems but had sort of weaknesses in our body or mind on physical or psychological level, stress will hit those zones first.
Mm-hmm.
And people will experience some symptoms. And sometimes you really don't have to treat the illness when you take away the stress and people learn to relax and calm down for a little while, the illness will subside and go away.
By itself.
By
yeah.
itself,
Very,
right.
very interesting.
Sometimes I simply develop illness just to rest. Our body is saying, listen, you've been running
Take a
around
break.
like crazy for a while, take a break.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we go and we have like common cold or something very light, but something that keeps us at bay at
So
home.
that's how stress can be a protective reaction.
Well, yes. Yes, our brain, I think, has a mechanism to try to help us rest, relax, and do what we need to do to take care of ourselves and live and survive.
Mm-hmm. So Tanya, what are some of the things other than what you already said that we should know about stress or stress relief?
Well, I think we all should learn how to relieve stress because it's not even a question that we have stress. We do have it, kids have it, adults have it, little ones have it. We all experience it in different way. We show the signs and symptoms in different way, but we all have it, and we all can benefit from learning how to release it and let go and be able to relax our body back to normal.
Mm-hmm. I oftentimes encounter with my little one. He comes home and says, Mom, this boy aggravated me so much. Can you please call the police? I'm so stressed out about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So they need to learn, even the 5-6-year-olds, how to deal with stress.
Absolutely. I wish we had a curriculum in school that teaches kids how to deal with stress.
Yes, I agree.
Because, during any exams that they take, kids are stressed out. Would it be really nice to sit them down before the exam and do some breathing exercise and let them relax and then do the exam?
But some of them, many people don't even do well on tests just
Because of stress.
Because of stress,
That's
not
right.
because they don't know
because
the
they can't
material.
remember, or they are rushing so much, or when they're stressing out, they can't concentrate as well. So it all has an impact. And then they have a lower grade that's really not related to the level of knowledge that they have.
Because of
unfortunately. Yes, because of
Unfortunately.
stress.
So let's learn how to deal with stress. I know that you prepared for us some very interesting things to learn. I can't wait.
Well, let's go first through really basic techniques that anybody can do without much effort. Because what I notice in our very fast-paced society, we don't really have time to relax. We are so busy. If we are working, then we come home and we have kids, we have some responsibilities, and then by the end of the day, you rush to bed and you fall asleep really quickly, or you're so stressed out you cannot fall asleep, then you go and watch TV or eat something.
Oh,
That's what I hear from a lot of clients.
And plus, nowadays, now look at this. Nowadays, we have so much technology and so many social
iPads,
media.
iPhones, computers,
Oh
and
my
or
God.
near our bed.
And we have
This
to,
is the worst
we have
part
to
ever.
answer everyone's emails. We have to answer everyone's WhatsApp, everyone's Messenger, everyone's phone call. text message.
It takes hours.
Hours, exactly.
It was interesting. My son came home from school and they did a project at school. They did a timeline and they put like broken pieces of papers all over the place, how we disrupt our lives with electronics. And in class specifically, they were talking about computer games. Because a lot of kids nowadays are addicted to computer games. So, and the teachers were talking to them about how much of your life you're wasting at the computer, not doing anything really good for yourself, for society, for your family, and it's disrupting your life. And that was a really cool project.
That's true. It's good that they're making kids think about it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I will be your audience. I will be the audience. Friends, I'm joining you tonight. I'm going to be in the audience, in the crowd, taking a very interesting session.
Okay, let's start with the beginning. Let's say we are working moms and dads, and we are done with our work day. During our work day, we usually experience quite a bit of stress. Even if your job is wonderful and you love it, it could be little projects that you're working on and something is not working out and you begin to worry about it and it builds up. It could be an email that you got from somebody and you don't like what it says and you're stressing out about that. It could be something that you're expecting and it's not happening, or anything else. But bottom line, during our work day, or about 8 hours that most people spend at work, plus minus a few, we experience stressors. And then what we do, we go into our car and drive home all filled with that stress and bring it home to our family. Wonderful thing would be is when you leave work, while you're sitting in your car, to do a few exercises to release stress. So while you're driving, you're ready, calm and collected, and ready to close the door to your work day and open the next door to your next activities. So one very simple thing that you can do is to take nice, deep, slow breaths, and we're going to practice it right now. I have two people here in the audience. Irina is one, and Victoria, and I'm going to base myself on you and pace myself that way. And you guys, please find a comfortable place, sit down or lay down, and just please practice with us, because those skills can help you stay healthy and well for a very long time. And they're very basic, very simple, and do not take that much time out of your work day or out of your actual day. Okay, Victoria, sit more comfortably. We want to have our back straight at 90-degree angle, you know. And what we're going to do is take a nice, slow, deep breath through our nose. And our job is to allow the air to flow all the way into our abdomen first, then into our chest, and then we're going to slowly exhale through our open mouth. And if you can need some help getting the air into your abdomen, you can imagine that you have a small air balloon that needs to be inflated in your abdomen, another one in your chest, and then we're going to slowly let the air out. Okay? So just sit back, relax. You can keep your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. And start taking nice deep breaths through your nose, inhaling slowly. Allow the air to flow into your abdomen, then into your chest, and then very slowly exhale through your open mouth. Please make sure that your neck and shoulders are in a relaxed position, because sometimes people begin to take a nice deep breath and their shoulders go up and their neck are really tight. We don't want to do that. We want to keep our neck and shoulder relaxed and rest our hands comfortably, either on the chair or our knees. And let's do it one more time. Take a nice slow deep breath through your nose. And when you're ready, slowly exhale out of your open mouth. Beautiful.
Oxygenation.
Yes, you get some oxygen into your system, absolutely right. And one more time, take a nice deep slow breath through your nose. And exhaling out of your open mouth. So how does that feel?
Feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good. You should feel a little more relaxed, at least in the neck and shoulder area, and maybe throughout the body. And the more we practice it, the better we get at it. If you never done this, and usually people breathe with the top part of their lung, and it's a very shallow breath, Sometimes people come to me and I'm looking at them. I cannot see any movement of their chest or abdomen. It's like, are you breathing at all? And it's like, well, we really don't really breathe much. It's very shallow. And then they take their first deep breath. They're like, wow. So, but that's how we probably should breathe more often if we can. Even during the workday, it doesn't take much sitting at the computer or standing and doing something to take a few deep breaths and slowly exhale and feel very relaxed.
We have to learn how to breathe.
We just need to incorporate it into our day, because we really forget. So what we're going to do right now is to add one more component to the breath. While we're going to breathe like that, we're going to say in our mind that we're going to inhale peace and love, and we're going to exhale, let's say, fear or stress or pain or whatever everybody is experiencing. So we're going to be inhaling something positive, and we're going to be exhaling something negative. Yeah. So, but the breath is still the same. It's just a command that we give to our mind. Inhale, again, love, peace, balance, whatever you need. And exhale, again, whatever bothering you, whether it's fear, anger, or whatever else. Let's try it that way. So before you start breathing, you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to inhale peace, love,
whatever I want.
Whatever you want. And then you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, and in your mind, you're going to be saying, I'm going to exhale, say, fear or anger or whatever applies to your specific situations. So let's take one more deep breath. There's a thought of inhaling something positive and exhaling something negative. And do it 2 more times, just to allow yourself to fully relax. And remember to take in the breath into your abdomen, the air, then into your chest, and then slowly exhale. Keep your neck and shoulder relaxed. Great job, everyone. Wonderful. Does that seem to be simple?
Very simple.
Doesn't take much time. So we can actually take literally 30 seconds and do that. And some people will say, when you go to the bathroom before you leave and enter back into your workspace, take a couple of deep breaths. That way at least you can remember. Okay?
Okay.
Now we're going to add one more part to the breathing, where we're going to actually hold our breath for, say, 5 seconds. And you can hold it for 10 seconds if you want to. But let's start with 5, especially if you have not done that before. 10 seconds might be
5 seconds is enough.
Yes, and for a starting point. And if somebody's having trouble with 5 seconds, hold it for 1 second, then 2, then 3, then build it up. So do it whatever is comfortable for you. Don't force it. When we are trying to relax, we don't want to force anything. We want it to be a kind of nice, easy, simple, and something that our body can actually do in our mind. So again, we can still give a command that you're going to inhale something positive, exhale something negative, but in the middle we're going to hold the breath, and I'll walk you through it. So again, you can keep your eyes open or closed. So we're going to take a nice deep breath through our nose, inhaling something really wonderful and positive. And then we're going to hold our breath on the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now exhale, and we're going to exhale something negative. You're going to put some words to it in your mind. Let's do one more time. Inhale. Yeah. Inhale slow through your nose. Hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then slowly exhale. Remember to open your mouth on the exhalation. Don't be afraid to make a sound. If this exercise gets a lot easier if people lay down, especially initially if they never practiced it before. They can lay down in bed before going to sleep. That would be a great time to practice this type of exercises. You go to bed, you're already laying down, you want to fall asleep. Such a breath will help you fall asleep.
Very relaxing.
It relaxes you and you fall asleep a lot easier. Very simple, very easy, and again, doesn't take time to do. Because a lot of people come and say, I really don't have time. Well, do you have a minute? Then we can do something for a minute. Do you
Yeah.
have 30 seconds? We can do something for 30
but
seconds.
it didn't even take 1 minute, right? 30
Exactly.
seconds.
It takes about 30 seconds.
Mhm.
And some people get really good and they can breathe very deeply. And really 3 breaths like that releases a lot of stress and tension, and you feel a lot better. And you do get a lot of oxygen. By the way, if somebody feels lightheaded, it can happen. It means you got too much oxygen for you. You can just breathe in a brown bag and your head gets back to normal.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, so that's something very easy that you can do right after you leave work.
I bet this would be a good exercise for high blood pressure.
It's a good exercise for anything when you just want to relax. It
Mhm.
would be great before the exam. It could be great if you're going on an important meeting and you just want to come and not feel stressed and you just want to be composed and relax.
Oh, I know, when you sit in traffic and you're late to an important meeting.
That's right. That's what happened to me today, right? As I was driving here, I was using exactly that breath
Just
in
don't
traffic.
close your eyes, please.
Yes, make sure not to close your eyes. That's very important. Thank you,
When you're
Rina.
driving.
It's very important because some people get really relaxed and they forget and they're in traffic. But the good thing about Atlanta, at least somebody gonna beep. You close your eyes, somebody gonna be beeping, and you're gonna wake up and jerk and keep going.
Yes. Okay.
So, but yeah, it's not the best way to do while you're actually driving. When you're driving and you want to relax, why don't you focus on positive stuff in your life? For example, when you're driving, you say, I am thankful for, and just list everything in your life that you're thankful for. Anything that you can remember from your childhood. That's also gonna elevate a lot of negative feelings and stress.
Well, that's in general, that's a good exercise to do every day.
Right.
Whenever, you know.
Yeah, well, what I've been telling people, when you're cooking dinner or you're doing something, you know, just go through a list of the things that you're thankful for in your life.
I have a lot of friends who do that, actually, every day. They, say what they thank God for, in their life, and then
Right.
they send blessings to other people.
They could send blessings to other people. Again, it's very positive, and your mind going to be filled with positive emotions when you do that, and positive memories. If you're listing all the things that you're grateful for, you're remembering some of the things in your life. And, 2 things cannot occupy the same place. So either you have love or you have fear, right? So when you're feeling yourself with positive stuff, all the negative goes down.
And that's on its own already stress relieving.
It's relief stress. It turns you from negative to positive. So you come, you're in a good mood wherever you're going, and you just feel good inside. Another very simple exercise that you can do just to start even your day in a positive way is to smile for 15 seconds. When you are still in your bed, you're still like there, have a sleep, but your alarm clock already going on, you got to get up. And sometimes you feel tired, and sometimes you really don't feel like getting up, and you might have had late night or whatever. So just smile. Not to anybody particular. You don't have to have your eyes open. Very simple. Just put a nice big smile on your face, and that's gonna, in about 15 seconds, it's gonna start working with your brain and turn you into positive kind of vibration in life for that day.
That I've never tried.
So without any thought in the mind, just
No,
smile?
you're still kind of waking up. You still have, it's very hard not to have any thoughts. And that's another level of exercises that we can do today and try it out. But our minds are like monkey minds. There are always flow of thoughts in there unless you do something very conscious to help slow it down and stop the flow of thoughts.
So what about, I just had a horror dream. I'm waking up still in this horrible dream, and am I supposed to smile?
Well, if you're waking up after a horrible dream, you should close your eyes back and remake that dream into positive. This is how you work with dreams and actually help your kids to do the same. When they have bad dreams, it's like don't wake up and start trying to analyze it and be more fearful, but go back to sleep, like close your eyes, and remake it the way you want it to be. Just remake it into positive, and you're going to change the vibration right there, the energy. It's going to go from minus to plus, from black to white, kind of thing. And you can teach your kids to do the same. The same for negative thoughts. If you have a negative thought that just keep coming through your head, change it into positive. And it's also going to elevate some stress.
So Irina, remember that. We have to smile every morning. When you wake up, I have to remember that I have to smile.
You have to remember you have to smile. But again, once you start doing it, it's become automatic.
Becomes a habit.
And also, if you got up, let's say you just got out of bed, you didn't smile. At some point, you're going to remember to smile. So just start smiling for 15 seconds. Of course, you're going to smile if you see your kids or your spouses. But again, just smile just because.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the smile, the muscles that it takes to smile, going to communicate with your brain. And you're going to come from a maybe negative or low point to a better one.
But you know how many people, when they see their spouses or their children, they don't want to smile. So I just wanted to mention it.
But then you've got to think about what kind of problems in the relationships are they having.
Right, so smile anyway.
Smile anyway. I mean, if you love a person, why wouldn't you smile to them? But it could be that, I love them, but we just had a fight last night and I'm still upset and thinking about it, so I'm not going to smile. Then go and smile just because to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Go into your shower and start smiling. There is no right or wrong place for a smile for the most part. So, but if you see your loved ones, if things are okay in your relationship, probably smile come quite naturally to most of us. We might not even be aware that we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, little note, I need to smile every morning to start my day.
I just wanted to take a second and interrupt you just to remind that tonight our guest is Tanya Zeiliger, a psychotherapist with a 20-year experience. Tanya's phone number is 404-488-6820. She operates in Duluth, Georgia, and she can always be found by calling her phone number. Again, it's 404-488-6820. Let's continue.
Another thing that we can do in the morning is actually preset our day to be like more positive. How do we do that? Is by using visualizations. While we're still in bed, again, if you have time to do that in the morning. Some people say, I put my alarm clock at the last possible moment, I wake up and I keep going.
Right.
But if you can just give yourself even 5 minutes, you can do so much staying in bed. That's going to make your day happier and just go smoothly. So you're going to smile first, and then most of us kind of know what we're going to do during the day.
Of course.
We have some plans, so we can imagine our day in perfection. So you can imagine, that everything goes really well at work, or all your projects, things are going really well in your family, and, wherever you are, things are working out the way you want them to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And your eyes are open. You don't have to close your eyes when you do that. You kind of smile, you imagine it, and you felt how great it feels. Let's say you have an important meeting. You just, in your mind, you imagine that it goes just perfectly for you.
Just imagine success.
Yeah, whatever that means to you specifically, and have that feeling of success, or feeling like, wow, it went really great, or whatever it is, and put that in that visualization. So you have a feeling, you have the image, you're all pretty much set. It doesn't mean that your day is going to be 100% perfect, but at least it has a chance to go better than it could have if you haven't done it. So you put some positive things into your day. You kind of pre-plan it a certain way.
Yes, and positivity always pays off.
It always pays off.
That.
It's really important. And again, it sets your mind to function at a better, higher emotional level. So it's, again, very simple, doesn't take much time, and you can do it pretty much anywhere. For all I know, you could be doing it while you're cooking breakfast for a second. Imagine something about your day and put the emotion in it, a positive one.
Instead of focusing on what went wrong yesterday.
Well, what we tend to do sometimes, let's say we have a negative event that happened a day or 2 or 3 ago, and 3 days from then you're still thinking about it, and you still have all those negative feelings and emotions. And of course it's very stressful, and of course you're going to get yourself sick at some point if you're going to continue doing them. Another way of dealing with negative event, yes, you can have a few minutes of really lousy emotions. I mean, we are not robots, we have emotions, we have feelings, and we can be upset. And it's really good to let it out rather than keep it in and stuff it in and pretend that you're fine.
Right.
So now you want to acknowledge, yes, something happens that I didn't like. You want to acknowledge your feelings, emotion, you want to, express them somehow, but don't do it for a long time. Do it for a very short moment, and then, like, okay, what can I do to make it better? And sometimes there is nothing you can do, and sometimes there is stuff that you can do. If there is nothing that you can do, it's like, okay, let me learn from that experience, let me figure out what happened, why it happened, and let me move on so I don't repeat the same mistake. So I learned my lessons, I'm moving on. There got to be a reason why things happen to us.
Of course, always.
Always, right. So, and our job is, again, learn from it and move forward. There are many exercises that you can do to just let go of your day or negative experience. Some people throw it into water. You can imagine, all the bad that happened in that moment as a big rock, and you can actually find the rock probably and put it in your mind there and just throw it into the water and see how it drowns. It's like with this rock drown and all my worries and problems go away. You can be very creative how you release that negative feeling. Another way that I like doing it is just to take a walk and imagine, or even give yourself a command that with every step that you take, all that is negative is released. Mm-hmm. And you can imagine that you have little holes in your feet, or again, you can get as creative as you want it to be, like zippers that you can open up on your feet and just let all the negative flow out as you walk.
Wow.
You can wash it off in the water. Just turn on the faucet and just wash it off through your arms, legs, wash it off in the shower. There is really no limit how you can do it, because the interesting part is now brain does not know the difference between real and imaginary. So to our brain, everything that we present to it is real. So if you imagine yourself being on the beach, your mind is like, okay, I'm on the beach, cool, and I'm going to bring up all those feelings and emotions that relate to the beach. You can imagine yourself in the mountains, in the forest, whatever your favorite place is, and get relaxed that way. And you can release there whatever you need to release. You can imagine a lake in which you're going to release all your worries and problems. So it doesn't have to be in the real physical world.
There's no end to our imagination.
There is no end and no limit. It's really based on how open can we be and what we allow ourselves to see. With some people, I say, hey, you cannot imagine stuff, no problem, why don't you draw it out? And they'll sit and draw and they feel better. I was in Costco recently, and they had those coloring books for adults to release stress. It does release stress, and for some people it works beautifully. So again, there are so many different things you can do to release stress, and take advantage of the idea that your brain has no idea what's real, what's not. Mm-hmm. So whatever you present to it is real. You can look at the beautiful pictures, of nature or whatever, and you place yourself in there. And you're like closing your eyes in the chair, and you're in there melting.
Well, that's a great thing to remember, right? Your brain doesn't know the difference, what is real, what is not.
Doesn't know. Whatever you present to it, it's going to react.
It's hard to believe, to be honest.
But that's how it works. And the worst part is, when you imagine something negative, your brains take it literally. And you're having all those feelings, and it's very real.
So think positively.
Yeah, thinking positively is incredibly important for physical and mental health. And again, we are not necessarily predisposed to do so. Our brains are predisposed to remember the negative.
I want to know, in your practice, do you often encounter people who are more negative or positive?
What I've noticed, that a lot of people that come to me have more negative frame of minds and situations that happen. I think staying positive is actually something you have to learn to do.
Exactly.
That's what I'm finding.
It takes work.
It takes actually work.
It's worth it.
It's very much so, yes. Because using your mind, you can actually change a lot of things in your life.
It's much easier to be negative, don't you think?
It seemed to be. I think it's
more natural.
It's our more natural response. At least that's how we've been brought up and raised in the former Soviet Union. People who walked on the streets without a smile. They talked about their problems. In America, it's a little different. that way. People are smiling, they're saying hi to each other, and not that often that they will actually share their problems with you. How are you? I'm doing great. How's your day? It's going well. You know, even if things are not going well, but even saying that puts them vibrationally, energetically in a better place, and oh, my day is so horrible, and then you spill that negativity all over the place.
Right.
And then everybody's like, right? So, and again, there is a place to release your negative stuff. I am all for releasing and sharing when it's appropriate.
How do you release your negative stuff? What would be something that's appropriate?
Well,
you don't want to take it out onto your loved ones.
No, you don't. But again, just doing the breathing exercise and talking to yourself in a positive manner, changing your negative thoughts or dreams into something that's positive. Another way that helps me to relax, for example, is taking Epsom salt baths. It's very basic, but it's wonderful to relax the body, and it relaxes the mind, and you can put all kind of
essential
oils in there. Right, I like lavender. It's very relaxing.
Or jasmine.
Yeah, that's right. So whatever works for you. But this is another wonderful way to help your kids to release stress, because kids like baths. You can put a bunch of toys in there, and they're gonna play and they're gonna enjoy it. And at the same time, the Epsom salt will do its job. It's MgSO4, so it's magnesium. So it works well for your nervous system. And it also pulls a bunch of stuff out of your body that's
right,
negative.
that we know.
Right, so it's a wonderful thing to do to relax at the end of the day. Because usually after such a bath, you want to fall asleep. A lot of people...
And it only takes 10 minutes.
Well, I would say stay there about 15 minutes. Put 2 cups of Epsom salt per regular size bathtub, right? And put something, if you like essential oils and you like certain smells, put it in there. Put bubble baths for kids in there. Just make it fun. If you want to make it more romantic, put some candles, put some music, if that makes you feel good. But the music has to be very peaceful and soothing. Don't put something that energizes you, or hard rock or heavy metal or something like that, because that's not going to help. So put
Instead, what do? We take every minute that we have and sit at our computer or TV
or with our
until it's
phone.
time that we just want to fall asleep.
But the interesting part, we know that when we are watching electronics, it stimulates our brain in certain ways that it makes it harder for us to fall asleep. So the best thing is, especially for kids, but I would say for adults as well, at least an hour before bedtime to shut off all the electronics. But how many of us have TVs in our bedrooms and watching it till the last moment? Some people fall asleep watching TV.
Right.
So, which is not the best thing for us. Plus, we can still hear what's going on TV. And if you're watching some drama or something that's sad, you know, it's going to impact you. You don't want it. Again, your brain doesn't know. It doesn't relate to you personally. So it's going to take it in. The same thing in the morning. I say, some people say, well, I was watching the news. I said, did anything good happen? No. It's like, why were you watching it? Don't you know that usually on the news you're not going to see anything good? So why go into all those painful details of something when you cannot even change it? True. And I don't advocate...
It sets your day.
And it sets your day in a negative way. And I am like, yeah, you have to be aware what's happening in the world, but to some degree. Some people go so much in depth and they really feel it, and they're like really upset about something. It's like, does that relate to you in any way? No. Can you help in this situation? Can you make some changes in this situation? No. So why are you watching it and getting yourself to that state of mind? It's not going to help anybody. It's going to be counterproductive.
So can we learn some more techniques?
Well, we can play with visualization. Are you up to it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we can close our eyes, sit down very comfortably. Well, let me kind of tell you what we're going to do, and then we'll do it.
Okay. And dear friends, please do it with us.
Yes, please get ready to get comfortable. We're going to do basic visualization where we're going to stand on the top of a staircase, 10 steps going down. Don't do it yet, just listen.
Okay.
10 steps going down, and at the end of the staircase, we're going to see your favorite place. And for everybody, it's going to be their own place. It could be the beach, it could be the mountains, it could be your couch in the house. You know, everybody likes something different. And we're going to just position ourselves to be in that place for a few minutes, just to relax and energize. That's very basic, very simple, doesn't have to take long. And right now you might have a place in mind where you want to go to, and it might change after we kind of go down the stairs. So just be open to whatever comes.
I'm going to Venice.
Yeah, going to Venice sounds good, but it has to be a relaxing place where, in nature maybe, or just sitting drinking your coffee in front of some kind of palace. What else? Or on a canal.
Nice, I can't wait. Let me close my eyes.
Okay, so let's close our eyes, and we're gonna start again with a deep breath. Take a nice deep breath through your nose and exhale out of your open mouth. Just allowing yourself to relax. One more deep breath in, and slowly exhale. One more slow deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out of your open mouth. Just allow yourself to fully relax. And now I would like you to imagine yourself at the top of the beautiful staircase with 10 steps going down. It's very well lit. It's a very nice and peaceful place. It can be a staircase from some place where we've seen it, like your house or a theater, or it can be just an imaginary place. With each step that we're going to go down, we're going to become more and more relaxed and going down into relaxation more and more. So now we're on step number 10, going down to step number 9, becoming more and more relaxed, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 8, more and more relaxed, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 7, becoming even more relaxed, deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 6, more and more relaxed, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 5, more and more relaxed, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 4, more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 3, even more relaxed, deeper and deeper into relaxation. Going down to step number 2, more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper into relaxation. And going down to step number 1, feeling very relaxed, and in front of you, you can see or feel your favorite place. It can be a real place, or a place from a book, or a place that you always wanted to go, or a place that you just created in your mind. And the energy of this place is filled with love, peace, well-being. It's a very safe, very beautiful space for you. Very special. This is a place where you can feel safe, secure, relaxed. It's a very positive, very nice place. And just allow yourself for a few moments to be there. Just look right and left, see everything that's there. You might see the place, you might feel that the place is there, you might just know that you're in a very specific place. In whatever way your senses allow you to perceive that place, it's totally fine. Listen to the sounds of your special place. And allow yourself to enjoy the smell of your place. Feel the air on your skin. Just immerse yourself fully into that very special place of love, peace, beauty, and complete and total well-being. And just for a few moments, fully enjoy that wonderful, special place. And now, please take a deep breath, and as you exhale, please open your eyes. Okay, guys, how was it for you?
Great.
It was fun.
Oh, I opened my eyes and I thought, oh, I'm actually in the studio.
Well, you got to remember that not everybody is visual. We have our 5 senses with which we perceive the world. So it's sense of smell, hearing, taste, feeling, and what is the next one?
Vision.
Vision, yeah, we
Right.
could see, hear. It's all on our face, like ears, nose, mouth, whatever. So some people who are not visual, you could still do those exercises, but you just feel them. You just know that you're there. You might not necessarily see anything. It could be just darkness.
Well, in the beginning, I had different pictures in my mind, changing one after another. I was in one
Right.
place, then the other place, until eventually it got to a place where I felt comfortable.
And it happens to a lot of people, especially if they're doing it initially. And at some point, they kind of may find the place and they will just go there. But what I say is just listen to your mind. It's going to bring you where you need to be at this moment in time. And there is no right or wrong. As long as this place is very safe and filled with a lot of positive feelings and emotions. How was it for you, Irina?
Yeah, same thing with me. Like it was different places at first, and my mind was trying to find the right one. And once it found it, I didn't want to come back.
Right. So, but from now on, you already know what it is. You can just close your eyes. If without going through the stairs, you can imagine yourself being there.
How important is it to go through the stairs?
It just makes you more relaxed.
More relaxed.
If you're really not in a relaxed place and you're just too much thinking about stuff and whatever, you need that transition. So it just allows yourself to relax a little more so you can actually enjoy whatever is going to be there.
Great. Well, we have a little more time. I guess we can learn another technique if you have anything to offer us.
Well, there are many. Again, there is no limit to what you can imagine and how you want to do it. One technique that I think we want to talk about is how to stop the flow of thoughts in our mind, because this is something that disrupts a lot.
Yes, many people have this problem. They just can't stop thinking.
Right. And again, it's a skill that you build. Because again, we have the flow of thought right there. And I used to do an exercise with people that I would take a minute and say, please pay attention to your thought for just for a minute. And then they had to report whether it was positive or negative. And most people would say a lot of negative thoughts and thinking about all kind of problems that have been going on in their lives. And consciously, we don't even notice all of those thoughts. They just keep flowing. But again, the energy of the thought is kind of negative.
It's like in meditation, when you've never done it before and you want to learn how to do it, you really have to train yourself, and take just like 5 seconds in the beginning,
Right.
or count until 5. Take 1 minute, and then more and more to learn how to stop thinking.
That's right.
Doesn't come easy.
No, it doesn't come easy, it doesn't come naturally. But once you practice enough, and what we say in psychology usually, to break something old takes 21 days, and to build something new takes another 21 days. So we have about 42 days to come from one habit or pattern to the next.
Correct.
Working on it kind of daily. So, or you take a few more days if you skip some. But yeah, it takes time, and people become impatient with themselves. It's like, oh, it's not working. It's like, how long you been trying it? 2 weeks. Well, honey, you haven't been trying it long enough. So let's continue for a few more weeks and then we'll talk.
Of course.
And usually if they are persistent and keep doing it, it does get better and easier. And they can see the results.
Well, especially learning with how to reboot your mental computer, I think it's great.
Right. So right now let's do a little exercise. That's very easy. We're going to close our eyes, get back to your comfortable, relaxed position. Just take one deep breath just to rebalance, kind of. You can close your eyes, please. And now we're going to imagine that we have a big board, whiteboard or blackboard from your childhood in your mind. And all your thoughts will go into that board. And there is an eraser there. It could be a towel or regular eraser. And as thought come to the blackboard or the whiteboard, whatever board you imagine, you're going to be erasing them as they're coming. And let's do it for about 30 seconds.
Boy, I'm so busy erasing my thoughts.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot on that white or blackboard, on the chalkboard. Just keep erasing the thoughts. Okay, open your eyes, please. How was it?
Good, but you kept thinking about erasing. This is also a thought.
Yeah, I know. Initially that's how it is, but it will subside, just if you keep practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's close our eyes back. And we're gonna do a variation of the same exercise. At this point, you're gonna imagine that you have a room and there's a vacuum cleaner, and all the thoughts are like pieces of dust in the room, and you're gonna just vacuum in whatever it is that's coming. It might be pieces of paper, whatever, however the image gonna come to you, it's fine. Just keep vacuuming it away. Wonderful. Open your eyes. How's that?
Great. So I understand that you're shifting your mind from this pool of different thoughts into just one thought and concentrate on it. Correct?
You're vacuuming it. You're not even
Right.
concentrating. You're not interested in what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not interested in all those words that come in on a blackboard or a chalkboard. You're just gonna erase them because what you want to do is keep it without thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're vacuuming, it's like, I don't care what the dust means, but just vacuum and keep it clean and quiet.
Well, this way you can probably just imagine anything you want.
Absolutely.
Like this, and
Again,
create
there is
all these exercises
no
yourself.
limit. One of the simplest one is to open up your brain, like mentally, and let all the thoughts to go to the clouds and see the clouds passing by, and where you see that the thoughts are on the clouds, but you don't really pay attention to each one specific. They just go in on the sky and keep going away, like the wind is blowing them away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very easy to do and simple.
What about if I put some thought in this cloud and let it go? Would it work?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what
Some
Tanya
negative
just
stuff.
said.
for example.
Yeah, just put all your thoughts in the clouds and let it go when you want a piece of quiet in your head.
And send them goodbye.
You know, there are times when you're actually thinking and working in your mind on something specific. This is a great time to concentrate and think about whatever it is. But the rest of the time, you know, when you are, I don't know, cooking dinner, you don't want to have all those thoughts about something bad that happened 5 days ago. Or worrying about something that's going to happen in the future.
But that's what
You know.
we do.
That's what we do. So what we want to do is concentrate in here and now. And again, you want to concentrate on what you're making specifically, or if you're just on the point where you're not doing anything specific. Another way to let go of your thoughts and concentrate on here and now is to actually mentally go through the room and name everything that's in it. Like, I see a blue chair with a black background. I see, you know, a little blackboard. I see a clock. That way you're not focusing on the past, you're not focusing on the future, but you're staying very put in the present. You can feel the chair that you're sitting on, the table that's in front of you. So that's also going to help you to let go of the thought and be in here and now, and hopefully be able to enjoy whatever activity you're doing or will be doing.
Well, I think it's a little boring just to look at the room and name everything you see. It probably goes well for a child.
But you know what? It also works, especially if you're sitting, let's say, in a doctor's office and you don't want to go into relaxation mode. You know, I guess you can read the magazine, or you can just start naming things without thinking about the upcoming appointment or being afraid of something or whatever it is. And you're still pretty there, you're pretty conscious of what's going on around you. So there are places for everything.
That's
you
true.
know, and also techniques can be used in different scenarios, different places.
That's very true.
So does it mean that I force myself to think about something specific, for example, the color of this chair, and by doing this, I just relax
Distract yourself.
and distract myself from all other thoughts?
It's really not forcing yourself, is willingly choosing to concentrate and stay in here and now.
But I know that sometimes, like, we are able to have like several hundred thousand thoughts at the
We
same
do,
time in our
yeah.
head. So
Yeah.
how can I make sure that I just am thinking about one of them, about something?
Well, you see, when you want to think about something particular, let's say you have to give a speech and you're working on a speech. Usually you're able to concentrate on one thing and everything else is sort of on the background. But you don't accent your attention on that. You're concentrating on what the task in front of you. But when we are idle, kind of, and not really doing anything, or we are driving, and most of us are pretty much on autopilot, we kind of know we don't have to think how to do it. There is a lot of thinking going on. And this is the time when I say, you know, use a blessing. What are you grateful for in your life? Or blessing other people. But again, don't allow your mind to control you. Be in control of what your mind does, of your thought process. Be aware of it. And it's not that I don't want to use the word force myself to do that.
Let's say focus on something. Right?
Yeah, I just want you to kind of refocus yourself on something that, you know, will be more useful to you or healthier for you.
I have a question. What would be some of the things you can do about getting your concentration better? Like learning how to concentrate. People can't keep their mind on something important if they need to. It's a big problem nowadays.
Well, for one, you can start learning, reading, not learning.
Oh, reading.
Or learning something or memorizing something. That will help you concentrate in the long run.
Great.
And again, staying in here and now helps a lot. But yeah, we do, because our world is so fast-paced nowadays, and we are multitasking constantly. So it's really hard for us to concentrate because we're teaching our brain not to do it. I mean, you know, 30, 40 years ago, people were able to concentrate and read a book. Now a lot of people come and say, I can't really get through the whole book.
Yes, that's
Right.
true.
So, and again, it's sitting
the
yourself
keys.
down and reteaching yourself to do those things.
Great. Well, Tanya, we have just about 1 or 2 minutes left. I wanted to thank you for this wonderful session. We certainly enjoyed it with Irina, and hopefully everyone who is watching and listening to us. This was a wonderful, relaxing, and educational session. Would you like to wish anything for our audience tonight?
Well, stay away from stress, or basically learn to release stress, because it's going to help you in the long run to be healthier and happier. Take care of yourself, take care of your families and loved ones. That's where your attention should go to. You know, people that are closest to you, those are the ones that oftentimes, unfortunately, we neglect. I'll do it later, I have to do something for work, I have to talk to somebody, and just take time for each other. Remember who your loved ones are and spend time with them. And love yourself and allow yourself to be healthy and well, and release stress if you need to, and get the help in the areas that you're weak in if you need to.
Thank you. This was a psychotherapist, Tanya Zeiliger. Again, Tanya's phone number is 404-488-6820. And I wanted to just remind you, smile when you wake up. Don't forget to do that. Train yourself to do it. And imagine your success for the upcoming day. And we love you. We'll see you next Thursday. Stay well, and don't forget to smile.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Жизнь – это 10% того, что с тобой происходит, и 90% того, как ты на это реагируешь. Улыбайся.